What is up, guys? It's your boy Aces here, coming at you with another video, and this is a video I wasn't really sure if I wanted to talk about or just put it on the internet, but I kind of have talked myself into it because I feel like it's something that I need to talk about. So basically what happened, my cousin Dominic, the one who I made the video with about a week ago, where like the chili powder or whatever, 2 nights ago, his dad, my uncle, and his dad's wife, his stepmom, they got into an argument, and she called the cops on him, his dad, my uncle, and said that he hit her and all this other stuff, and he was scared. He didn't know what to do. He thought she was going to hurt him, so he backed her up on it, and his dad got arrested and is in jail. And when they took him to jail, the cops told her, do not take his truck, my uncle's truck. Do not take it for any reason. Just don't take it. And as soon as the cops left, what did she do? She took my uncle's truck and took my cousin with, and he didn't know where they were going. She was drunk, first of all. She was told not to take the truck, and my cousin didn't know what she was going to do. Probably wanted her to stay safe because she was drunk driving and all this other stuff. And so what happened was, he didn't know where they were going. Next thing you know, they're in California. She drove him all the way to California, a different state. I live in Arizona. They took him to California. And when they got there, she left him. Got picked up by some other dude, left him sitting in his dad's truck in California. He's never been there before. No license, no permit. Just left him stranded in California. And he called my grandma and then called my mom. And my mom called every county police officer in Arizona you could, and finally got to California. And she told him what was happening, and a police officer was supposed to go out and see my cousin, make sure he was okay, check on him, because he was lost. He's never been in California before, none of that. And they didn't do that. It was a dispatcher who just called him and checked on him, and the dispatcher told him, go ahead and drive home. And he doesn't have a license or a permit. And since that's what the officer told him, he started driving home. And my mom was like, you really shouldn't be driving, but here's what we're going to do. We'll meet halfway. My mom will meet him halfway, and my mom's boyfriend will drive the truck back, and he'll drive with my mom just so he gets there safe. And I had just woken up when my mom was telling me all this. Like, I was out of it. And so 30 minutes passed by. We're just waiting for him to get where he needs to get so we can start going to pick him up. And my grandma calls us and says, Dominic flipped the truck. And all we were told was that he flipped the truck at least 2 times, and it went over a ravine. And the way it was described to me and my grandma was it wasn't that bad until we got a picture today. And I'm going to put that picture on the screen right now. And looking at this picture, it is a miracle that he only got bruises from the seatbelt. That's all he got. It's lucky, it's crazy that he didn't get hurt more or even die, because looking at that truck, he really could have been killed, all because of stupid cops and a stupid stepmom, if that's what you want to call her. And she was in probation. She wasn't allowed to leave the state. She dipped on him, and she's probably going to go to prison. She's on the run right now. But all because of her, he rolled his dad's truck, and that's what happened. And luckily, he only got bruises from the seatbelt. And from there, he went to JFK Hospital in California, and nobody wanted to help him. He was stuck in California for the night. Luckily, the hospital let him stay there overnight. And what had happened was, the deal that we came up with, he stayed there overnight until 5 in the morning. And then the hospital was going to give him a taxi voucher and take him to the Greyhound bus stop. And he was going to wait there from 6 o'clock to 10:45, 4 hours, all by himself, and get on the bus and come home. And no one wanted to help him until about 10 o'clock that night, when he was just sitting in the hospital. I get a call from Sergeant Cindy, I'm pretty sure that was her name, and she says, scratch that, here's what we're going to do. He's going to stay in the hospital overnight, but instead, at 6 o'clock in the morning, them just taking him to the bus stop and him waiting there by himself. He got to hang out with that whole unit. They went and took him breakfast. He got to hang out with the cops until 10. They took him to his bus stop at 10. He got on the bus, and he was headed home, and we thought it was done there. So the next day, after he was on the bus, and the way it worked, he went from Indio, California to Phoenix, and when he got to Phoenix, he was supposed to get off that bus and onto another bus, and he brings him to where we live. And the cops told him, because they hung out with him there until his bus got there to make sure he got home, they told the bus driver, make sure this kid gets on this bus so he gets home safe. And what do you know, of course, that didn't happen. They told him, okay, this bus is to California and this bus is to where I live. And it was vice versa. Luckily, he didn't get on either bus. Okay, and he just stayed at the bus stop. And my mom and my mom's boyfriend went to Phoenix right now around probably 8 o'clock. It's 11:45 right now at night. And they went to go get him, so I'm just waiting for him to get home. But luckily, in the end, it all worked out. He's going to get here safe. But the fact that a stepmom would do that, it's insane. And I really do think God saved my cousin's life, because looking at that truck, he honestly could be dead. Literally, if you're looking at that picture of the truck, the only part of it that didn't get smashed in or destroyed was the driver's seat. And the cop who called us after my cousin got on the bus, he said, in this life, we live for one another, and if you don't do that and you live for no one, then in the end, you're going to end up with no one. And that really hit me. I don't know why it really hit me, but it's crazy to think that. So just always love your family. Don't take them for granted, because knowing I could have lost my cousin, my only real cousin, who's literally only a couple months younger than me, it was really getting to me. And I'm really thankful that he only got away with bruises from the seatbelt from that kind of crash. What had happened was, from him driving, or not driving, but from him with his stepmom all night, staying awake because she was drunk, making sure that she wasn't swerving or anything. When he was driving back, he had dozed off and he hit a guardrail. And I guess this is what he was telling me. He hit a guardrail and he went to correct it and he overcorrected it and just flipped, and then flipped over a ravine. And luckily the truck behind him had stopped, got out, helped him, called the cops. The cops showed up, got him out of the vehicle. But I'm really thankful that my cousin is okay. So just please don't take your loved ones for granted. Make sure you live for one another, and this is a really touchy subject to talk about. So if you listen to it all, I appreciate it. If not, it's whatever. So anyways, it's been your boy Aces. I'm out. Peace.